So you may or may not remember the time when building a website feels like learning a new language. I definitely do because I built my first website back in 2009. And I remember the frustrations of trying to learn coding languages and also hosting options and trying to make my site look as presentable as possible online. I also just started working then, so I didn't have the budget to pay thousands to a website developer to help me make my website look great. But the thing is, the good news for you is that now there's so many great options out there to actually build a website without learning any coding. And I think almost a bit too much in terms of the options available, becoming a bit overwhelming. So in this video, I'm going to break down the different options that you have depending on the situation that you're in right now. And I myself have been in several different situations in the past where I was building my website as a personal brand, as a professional, looking to build my career. And then I was building a website for my business where I was learning the ropes of building a freelancing and consulting business and ultimately creating the digital training business I have today. And also lastly, becoming a content creator and how do you position yourself as an online website as a content creator. I did a survey on this on Instagram over a few weeks ago. And surprisingly, over 30% of you have said you currently don't have a website. Do you even need a website then? Well, in my opinion, a website can be really useful because I believe in owning your home on the internet. In the event that you're relying on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, or any of these social media accounts to get your content in front of people or selling things to others, let's say your account gets hacked or maybe the algorithm changes, you lose the kind of reach that you used to have to get your content in front of the right people. This can affect your followers seeing your stuff. And also you might be losing all the hard work that you did over the years trying to build a following. And then let's say overnight the social media accounts goes down, then you have no access to them at all. As someone who was a professional, who was building my own corporate career, then eventually becoming a business owner, selling my own products and services, and now also becoming a content creator, creating content here on YouTube. If you're currently watching this video and you're one of the situations like me, like in the past or even now, then there's a good reason why you should have a website. If you're a working professional, having a website is probably the number one asset for you to build your personal brand. And I guarantee you, ahead of every possible meeting with a new employer or maybe with a new client, they're going to be sussing you out online by literally looking up your name. So you want to make sure you look virtually as presentable as you be in person. And if your business is selling products or services, a website really is your online portal for people to come to your store and buy from you 24/7. The best part is that when people are looking for you on Google and searching for key terms around what you do in your business, you get found as well. And if you also wear the content creator hat like me, you probably are tempted not to have a website because you have an existing social media presence already. But again, I really believe that a website can give you complete control over your audience and also your content. And as a marketer at heart, I really can't stress how important this part is. And also, if you think about it, the side benefit is by having a website, you can now add in additional income streams. Let's say affiliate marketing, where you can point to different products that you currently are using in your own creator journey. And plus, when you're ready for it, you can even sell your own products on your own website because now you have built a following for that. You're probably very excited to get started with your website, but you need to make sure your website is compliant with the privacy laws of where you're operating your business. This is that cookie banner that pops up in your website, and the user needs to either accept or deny, usually before seeing this content. While this is not legal advice, it's important that you get users' consent before you collect their personal information as part of your website or your marketing strategies. Cookiebot is a consent management platform that helps you do just that. Taking away the headache of ensuring data compliance, improving user experience on your website, and most importantly, protecting you from privacy violations and fines. What I love is how easy it is to use Cookiebot ready out of the box to save you time. Used on over 2 million websites and apps and over 180 countries. It's the most popular option of compliant use of cookies and online tracking. You can try it for yourself for free on your website with a flexible plan that grows with your website and your business. Check out the link in the description below, and thanks so much for Cookiebot for partnering with me on this video. So if you currently fall under the bucket of, let's say, a blogger, a podcaster, creating videos here on YouTube, or maybe even a writer, then your main goal is probably getting your content in front of more people and also to create a home for all your content on the internet. It's becoming almost like an online ecosystem of all your existing channels. Wix is a very beginner-friendly platform to get started with. There's a lot of drag and drop type of websites that has very kind of blog slash content focused type of website templates to choose from. I kind of wish I had this when I was first starting out because everything on here is really well designed and laid out and really clean aesthetic that you can literally pretty much look professional from the get-go. If you want to upgrade to something a bit more fancier, I think Framer is definitely one that a lot of people don't talk about. I came across Framer when recently a creator that I follow have said that he built his sales page on Framer. And I thought it looked really modern, sleek in terms of the way that's designed, but also it's super fast as a website to load. But I do feel that with Framer, even though it's no code building a website, you can still drag and drop, it takes a bit more of a steeper learning curve than you'd be on Wix, for example. So I do think if you currently do have that background in web design, or maybe you're a bit more technical savvy, Framer is a great option. Now the last one is WordPress. WordPress is probably the most common option when it comes to building a website. It's the one that I got started with, but also one that I'm still using today. I just love the customization behind it because you have endless templates to choose from. You have so many plugins that you can install to really handle the different functionalities and content on your site. But I really think it's probably the most advanced option if you want to get started with building a website, because even though there's no code, there's a lot of nuances and also navigations and things you need to learn to really get a sense of the platform in order to take advantage of all the options available. So when I first started out, I literally was just pretty much bare bones on that site. And I didn't really use a lot of the options I could have done today. But again, with everything, it comes with this learning curve. So I would just say if you can choose a site building tool that you are happy to use, and then just stick with that in the short term, you can always eventually upgrade to something a bit more fancier. You also need to think about website hosting, which I think is so crucial that a lot of us tend to overlook and just go choose a company and that's it. So if you want a customized domain, which means that it's your website domain that you want to specify, let's say in my case is lauriewang.com, then you have to host it somewhere. I'm currently using SiteGround, which I switched over from another hosting company because my site was constantly down. And as someone who currently relies on my website as part of my online presence, especially people buying my products and services or inquiring about them, that's really not acceptable. And that's why I think choosing the right hosting provider is so important. And so far since I switched over, I haven't had any downtime on SiteGround. They also currently have a track record of almost 99% of uptime, which is fantastic. But anyway, I'll link to them in the description below. If you want to check them out, feel free and see how that works out for you. If you're currently a business, then your main goal is probably wanting to sell more products and services on your website. I personally currently have a business that's more on the marketing services side than selling a physical product to audiences. So for me, I currently use Kajabi to sell my digital downloads and also digital courses to my audiences there. And you can build an entire business on Kajabi websites where essentially people can just log in when they first come to your site as an existing client or a student to get the content that they actually paid for. And if your business selling physical products, I think Shopify is a great option all around. So you can start with just an image and also a link to buy your product and using that on social media to sell your product, all the way to building out a fully fledged, fully integrated Shopify online store. And lastly, Squarespace is a great contender for this as well because I just love their clean layout and really clean aesthetic. There are loads of options available in some of the templates as well that you can use for your online store. And you can also take payments, like say using Squarespace payments, which is their own integrated option, or maybe using a third-party apps like Stripe and PayPal, etc., to accept payments too. And lastly, if you currently are building a personal brand as professional, then your goal really is to build an online website that showcases your career aspirations, but also your expertise. And first up, I think Carrd, C-A-R-R-D, is a really great place to get started because it's very simple, one-page landing page type of websites where you can literally have all the information you need in one place. And you can have it in different sections as well, making it into a longer page to really demonstrate your background and your expertise, to link people to different places across online that has your social media profiles, for example, as well. And you can get started for free, or if you want to go pro, then you can actually have your own custom domain, which means that rather than having lauriewang.carrd.co, you can have lauriewang.com as your custom domain. And if you fall into this group, I think your website can also be built into that beginner-friendly one where it's multi-page, has a lot more information about you using Wix and Squarespace. And eventually, by using this type of website, you can also evolve into creating content on your expertise and your background on your site to share with your audiences. And this is how I got started. I created a personal website, which then evolved into the business I have today by posting content on it regularly. So now that you've seen all the different website builders that are out there, they're available based on your situation that doesn't require any code. I still think it's a good idea to try it out for yourself to see which one you feel more naturally drawn to. And this is what I did because I find that they have different functionalities, different ways of learning the platform, and you might find that you prefer one over the other. One of the things I learned is that once you pick the platform that you like, just stick with it and don't switch around like I did, because I wasted so much time doing that. Ended up actually taking longer to build my website. The key thing is that you focus on doing it the best of your ability right now, and you can always tweak it along the way. And here are some other videos that you should also watch to help you get your website ranked in the first page of Google. If you like this video and find it helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button to get more content like this going forward. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.